Dawn over the Pantanal reveals a vast, flooded landscape. This is a world where heavily armored reptiles dominate the waterways. A caiman rests on the mudbank. Encased in thick scales and bony ridges, it is effectively shielded from nearly every predator in the wetland, waiting unafraid for the first heat of the day. For millions of years, the great cats have followed a single, patient killing method. A lion or leopard brings down prey by clamping onto the throat, closing the windpipe until the struggle fades. But the jaguar has abandoned that patience. Here, the hunt is a sudden, explosive contraction that lasts less than a second. It does not target the windpipe. It strikes directly at the skull. Why would a top predator trade the most reliable feline hunting technique for such a violent departure? To understand the risk, we have to analyze a radically unique biological weapon. A male jaguar in the Pantanal can weigh as much as a grown man, but body size alone is not the secret to its dominance. The jaguar's skull is shorter, broader, and significantly heavier. The jaw is deep, and the muzzle widened to stabilize a massive load. The canine teeth are thick and blunt at the tips, looking more like tools built for a different job. Researchers measured a bite force at the canines of 680 newtons, making it the hardest biting big cat on Earth. That force is directed into solid bone. The jaguar's bite generates enough stress to fracture the rigid, triangular brain case of a peccary. Every centimeter of this anatomy is engineered for a single outcome: to crush armored prey instantly, rather than waiting for it to suffocate. The primary target for this weapon is the caiman. It is a relative of the crocodile, armored with bony plates called osteoderms that deter almost all other predators. Attacking a caiman in the water is a massive gamble. The reptile can snap, spin, and drag a hunter under the surface in seconds. The jaguar solves this through geometry. It approaches from the blind angle, above and behind, positioning itself where the caiman's jaws face the wrong way. The strike is surgical, driving those blunt teeth through the thinner temporal bone behind the eye. It severs the central nervous system instantly, ending the fight before the prey can even react. This is tactical engineering. By utilizing a specific positional strategy, the jaguar can bite with devastating force while ensuring it is never bitten back. A review of 75 years of fieldwork and over 3,000 recorded kills reveals a shocking dietary pattern. On this scatter plot, the vast majority of successful hunts cluster around a single weight class, 30 kilograms. Curiously, the largest available targets are passed over. Tapirs, the biggest land mammals in South America, are rarely taken. Instead, the cat consistently chooses the 30-kilogram capybara and the slow-moving giant anteater. This creates a narrative paradox. Why would a predator with the most powerful armor-cracking bite on Earth prefer animals that weigh significantly less than itself? The answer reaches back 10,000 years. During the late Pleistocene, the Americas were populated by heavily defended giants. Massive herbivores once roamed these lands, from native horses to giant ground sloths. These were targets weighing well over 40 kilograms, often protected by thick bone and heavy hides. Then, in a geological blink, the megafauna disappeared. The giants were erased, but the jaguar remained. The cat was left as a sole survivor, carrying a biological weapon built for a world that no longer exists. When you watch a jaguar take a capybara today, you are watching the shadow of a vanished age. It is a ghost hunter, over-engineered to bring down the giants it outlived. While its bite is a relic of the Ice Age, it provides the jaguar access to defensive prey that other predators cannot breach. The same jaw strength that once shattered prehistoric bone now drives through the calcified shells of river turtles and the armored skulls of adult caiman. This unique ability makes the jaguar a keystone species, the single predator holding the entire ecological structure in balance. The quiet pressure of those padded paws regulates the wetlands. By hunting caiman and grazing capybara, it prevents any species from overrunning the system. The brutal skull-crushing strike is effectively a load-bearing stone. Remove the cat and the entire architecture of the rainforest food web begins to sag. But the jaguar's kingdom is closing in. Despite its mastery, its remaining territory is shrinking rapidly. Today, the jaguar holds barely half its historic range. It is erased from the northern deserts and southern pampas. Amazonia is the only secure stronghold remaining. In regions like the fragmented Atlantic forest, only a few hundred adults remain. Nature engineered a perfect biological solution that survived the end of the Ice Age. Whether this magnificent ghost hunter survives the human era is a question only we can answer.